Hey Nesters, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to share the Goodwill Thrift haul with you from yesterday's Thrift Along with Me. So if you caught that, now you get to see everything that I ended up picking up. I did get quite a few things to resell on my Etsy store. I say quite a few things, like I just mean most of the things I'm not keeping. Yeah, it was kind of slim pickings, but I was happy overall with the things I was able to find. I think you get that more in the summer. I don't think they, get a lot of donations. I think people are hosting their own yard sales and things like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what I ended up getting at Goodwill. And if there's anything you see that you might want yourself, you can go ahead and check over in my Etsy shop and it'll be there until it's not, all right? I will have that link down below. So the first thing I picked up was this really cool 1970s kind of handicraft project. They have this glass kind of cloche type globe over the top, and they've gone ahead and made this floral, and I think there's like a little bumblebee inside. Do you guys see that? And yeah, just a cute little piece, very 1970s in color and aesthetic. Has this nice wooden base there. I paid $2 for that, and I'm going to be asking $12. The next thing I found was this really nice wooden plaque with the copper praying hands on it. Also very 1970s, I believe. I feel like I would have saw something like this in my grandmother's house. So, has a place you can hang it there. And yeah, pretty good shape. I did pay $4 for this, and I am going to be asking $15. Really nice. I like that it's round. You don't get a lot of round decor. So I think that's pretty nice there. So this next item was something I'm surprised I'm gonna let go because I love this type of decor, anything kind of fruit and harvest. I definitely gravitate towards. So yeah, this one's a little bit of a struggle, but I'm trying to do better with reselling things and not keeping, you can't only keep so much, right? I think that's a thing a lot of resellers struggle with, as you buy what you like and then you don't want to let it go. But there's a really cool keg glass jar here. Beautiful fruit throughout. We got apples and pears. There's a little watermelon in there as well, which is a fun surprise. And yeah, it's in good shape. The glass is in good shape. It does have a plastic lid and there is some scratching on it, typical of plastic, but it's still totally usable. That's a, decent seal. Not bad at all, but it does have that plastic ring around it, which I'm sure helps with the seal. And yeah, so did go ahead and pick this up, and I'm gonna put it up on my Etsy shop. I paid $2 for this, and I'm going to be asking $12. So the next thing I got was this really cool nativity scene. Now, I got another item that's very similar. We got the praying hands, and I got this, and I got one other thing, and I'm assuming they came from the same home. I find that a lot when I'm at the thrift store. It's almost like you can tell, what belonged together at one point, and it's kind of fun. You're like, oh, I bet this came from the same place. So this is a corn husk doll. I'm sure most people are familiar with them. If you're not, they actually legit take a corn husk and they like dry out the husk and they will shape them into these little dolls. I've seen them before, mostly in like little farmer families. They have like a whole little family there. They're usually holding like a broom or a butter churn or something, but I've never seen a nativity, and I thought that was really cute. So they have like the Mary Joseph, and there's a Jesus in the little crib there. Really nice folk art kind of style. I think it's great. So definitely a unique piece. You could keep it out year round, or, it could be a nice for Christmas, but I think it's really sweet. So if you're unfamiliar with the corn husk doll, if you have access to the channel PragerU, there was this really cool storybook that there's like a children's part on there, and there's a cool storybook that talks about the history of the corn husk doll, and it's a fun little story. So if you get a chance to read that book or check that out, I definitely encourage you to do so. You'll learn a little bit more about the history of the corn husk doll and kind of how they made them and stuff. So I thought that was a really neat story, and it gave me a new appreciation for these. I paid $4 for this, and I'm going to be asking $18. So this is the other item I picked up that I believe probably came from the same home as the other kind of religious type items. This is, if you're familiar with Burwood products, it's that like really heavy duty plastic kind of like composite material. I never know how to describe the material, so if you guys happen to know what it actually is, that would be super helpful. I never know how to describe it, but it isn't, ceramic or wood. It's definitely a plastic, but it's heavy duty, good quality. And yeah, I like how this is kind of a neutral. I typically go for more colorful items, but I actually really appreciate this because it kind of just gives you that idea of the scene. You know the Bible story and you know what's happening here, but it's not so like this is exactly what they look like, and you know what I'm saying? So I think it's really nice. There does appear to be, I don't know if it's intentional wear or not. There's some like little specks there in the like whiter parts, but it doesn't really affect it. I think it kind of gives it like a character look, so that's why I'm not sure if it was original to the piece that way or not. But I think it's really, really cool. Has a lot of dimension to it. Even behind it, there's some dimension with the curtain and stuff. Really great piece. It does have a hanger on the back here, little copper wire. So this was actually $10 I paid for it, and I'm going to be asking $40. So I was looking in the wooden section and I found a couple of things that I'm gonna try to make work for my own home. The first thing was this wooden United States shelf. Initially, when I looked at it, I thought I could maybe use it for my vintage toothpick holders. Here's an example of one. They mostly come in about this size. This is not gonna work. The shelf is pretty narrow. It's gonna be way too big. So I'll have to keep looking for that. After looking at this further, I saw there was these little slots in the top. You guys see that? It's on all the shelves, and I was like, what could that possibly have been used for? And my husband actually figured it out. He was like, the state quarters. I'm like, that's exactly what it was. So when the state quarters were coming out, they made us a quarter with each state. I got a quarter here and it fits perfectly. So that is probably what it was intended to be. So you could display all of the state quarters on it. So really cool item for a coin collector, especially. I really like this shelf. I'm going to still see if there's something I can use it for. I'm not really wanting to display quarters. It might eventually go up for sale if I can't figure out a place for it, but I thought it was really cool. And what did I pay? I paid $4 for it, so this might be for sale in the future. We'll see. So in the wooden section, I also found this divided shelf here. And if you guys watch a thrift along with me, you noticed this piece right here was broken, but it's not too major. It's a pretty clean break. You can see how it kind of has this bit of a like ruffled, I don't know if ruffled's the word I'm looking for, but you guys know what I'm saying, edge there. I thought I could maybe either paint this brown so it wasn't so obvious. I don't think it would be, or I'm not usually a fan of painting things like this, but I could use the excuse because it's broken and feel comfortable doing a fun color on this. Again, I do like some smaller items. This, it might sit in a few spots, but it's not really gonna work for my state toothpick collection. If I did like little bells or thimble collection, something like that, the Wade Whimsies could be cute on this. I gotta think of a good use for it, but I couldn't pass it up. I love these little shelves like this, and there's always lots of cute little small things you want to display, and this would be perfect for that. So yeah, for $2, I figured I could do something with it, and I don't think that was too major. Would have hated to see this just go off to the dump. So I was happy to rescue that. I did snag the 2 floral ceramic pieces. These were made, or painted rather, by Sally with an E, an IE at the end. Back in 1976. They were just so perfect. I particularly like this one here, the yellow. I believe it's trying to be sunflowers. Had just a slight bit of paint wear at the bottom, nothing too major. I don't know if this is a magnolia or what type of flower, dogwood maybe. They were $4 a piece, so $8 for the set of 2 here. And I was considering just keeping this one and reselling this one. I always kind of feel bad breaking up sets though. I mean, Sally made both of these in 1976, so I feel bad. You know, they've stayed together this long. So for now, I'm gonna hang on to them and see if I can find a place for them, but they might turn up for sale in the future. But really great finds there. I like those a lot. Sally the camel. Sally the camel had 2 humps. Sally the camel had 3 humps. I did pick up 2 cookbooks today. I got the Down East Making Whoopies book here with the whoopie pie recipes. It has 16 different whoopie pie recipes inside, and then also talks about some of the history and stuff about like Pennsylvania and kind of their traditions with it. And Maine, the 2 places that basically make the whoopie pies and claim that they were the original ones to do so. Here in Maine, it's our official state dessert, I believe. Is it a treat? Maybe it's a state treat. I think our official dessert is blueberry pie, but I think our official treat is the whoopie pie. So that's fun, but yeah, you can basically find whoopie pies at any convenience store, any grocery store, any restaurant in our state, so it's a pretty big deal here. There are a lot of different recipes. I like the traditional with the chocolate and the white cream, but people are making all kinds of varieties. Anything you could think of. There's like strawberry, there's, you know, they'll do peanut butter. Peanut butter is not too far off. But yeah, banana flavors. I mean, people go pretty wild with it these days, but I'm a tried and true chocolate girl. I like the original for sure. Oftentimes the cream is made a little differently. A lot of people like to use the fluffernutter sandwiches are big here. So, you know, that is a traditional. Sometimes people would use the like Crisco stuff that, you know, I don't really use that stuff, but it's hard to find a real authentic Maine whoopie pie. And when I do, I'm very excited about it. So I'm excited to try these recipes out and see if I can find that old-fashioned homemade whoopie pie that I really crave a lot, and you know, the ones like grandma used to make. So we'll see. We'll try these out and hopefully there's a good one in there. And the last cookbook I picked up was the Ice Cream and Ices one. Perfect time of year to do this. My oldest, he's 7, and he has really been into making his own recipes and gets really excited about making his own smoothies, and he's always wanted to make ice cream. We did make a couple ice creams with him. It was like we call them chocanilla berry. It's like a Napoleon. So we did the chocolate, the vanilla, and the strawberry, and we kind of put it together in a loaf pan. You kind of have to do it individually, and then you put it in the freezer. That was fun. It actually came out really good. We made it with banana as the base. I'm not a huge fan of banana, actually kind of don't like it at all. The strawberry one was my favorite. It actually hit the vanilla. The strawberry one was my favorite. Actually, it hit the banana flavor quite a bit. Like, I didn't taste it, so definitely kept the strawberry recipe. But this is filled with a lot of different recipes, and I had him in mind when I grabbed this, so I think he'll be very excited to try out a lot of these recipes. It's kind of what it looks like there. There's not a lot of pictures or anything, but they do have sherbets and stuff. I think we're gonna have a blast in making recipes with this summer. Yeah, so I was happy to find that. That was $1 on that one. The other one was 2. That is going to do it for my Goodwill thrift haul today. Let me know in the comments what item I picked up that was your favorite, or if there's something else in the thrift along me you would have grabbed, let me know. I actually thought, if you guys watch a thrift along me, there was 2 things I thought I grabbed and I don't see them in any of my stuff, so I don't remember what happened. Maybe I found a chip in it or something. One was that canister that had the floral, the little mini one. I can't find it and I swore I bought it. I don't understand how that happened, but maybe there was something when I opened the lid. It might have been something funky inside of it, like a chip or something that we didn't see on the footage, so I'm still secretly hoping it turns up because I really like those. Yeah, but I will see you guys in the next video. I think I'm gonna take you guys to the antique store in the next video, in tomorrow's video. And yeah, I found some good stuff there, so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. And we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.